Hello fellow comrades, welcome back. Victus here. Let's continue here in the America region in the United States. The fight against the Confederates with the Union here. We have just captured New Orleans, Louisiana. We have taken these in a very tough battle, and now we have some guys here of the Confederation, some Confederate regular infantry with Rhodes Brigade Line infantry of the 44th Regiment of Foot, which are very tough. And they have as well a 3-inch ordnance rifle artillery piece over here in the port of Fort Louis de la Mobile. They have ships here over this port in Pensacola, but we are pushing them away from the center. And that is, as I have mentioned before, our main goal here is to push them into this region, the East Coast. So here in the north, we have a new army here. These guys are part of the army. And what I want to do with these guys is to move them further here and attack Jackson here. This is some sort of a force that I'm using to make these units move away from the city. This is concerning this area over here in Missouri. Over here we have Mr. George McClellan in the woods over here, and we have 3 armies here. Not really full stacked, but very, very strong. And is something that has created a situation here in which he is like pinned down here in this area of Kentucky. Here the rebels have taken Richmond, Virginia, which is something that could be good for us in the meantime, because we have these guys over here, so we can bypass them. And this area here apparently was some kind of bugged, glitched or something, in which I couldn't select any region here. This, for example, this tobacco plantation, I couldn't select it for some reason. And then we have here our fleet approaching this one here to relieve the siege, the blockade, sorry. So the trade route could continue. You can see the ships here very, very nicely. So that's what we're going to do. Then we have to deal with these ships here. So I'm going to move these guys very, very closely here. Perhaps doing this guy could run away from here. Who knows? This could make him run away. We have another couple of 4th-rate paddle steam frigates here. You can see this is called the Indefatigable. And this is the Somerset. So let's see what this guy is going to do. And yeah, here everything is calmed. We see the British over here. So now let's see what is happening in the side of the Mexican frontier. We have a lot of Confederate troops here, mostly this one with Mr. Patrick Claboom, and we have this guy here. He's replenishing, and it's not going to be a good idea to attack this guy over here. So let's Let's see what is going to happen here, what are going to be the movements of the Confederates here. And here we have Mr. There's actually no commander here, so see if we can recruit something here. At least Union mounted infantry. At least we can recruit 3 of these. Let's recruit those guys here. Let's see if we can deal with these guys. I believe we can. So I'm going to go straight to them and attack this invasion here. So let's fight this one. So, of course, we can see some slopes here. If I do this, for example, these guys are going to have difficulties in shooting, and perhaps those guys are not even there. So, what I'm going to do is to try to move them over these areas here. And this one. These 2 guys, I'm going to move them through here. So then we can have a better line of sight from here. So I'm going to place them here. And these guys over here. And I'm gonna move these guys here. So yeah, it's going to take a little bit. So let's enjoy the models here. This is called the Union 3-inch ordnance rifle, which has bolt, canister and case shot. This is reflected on the canister shot here, the shrapnel shot, which is going to be the case shot, and the round shot, which is the bolt shot, the ball with normal bullet. All of those are 3-inch ordnance are the same. And these guys here are simply United States Regiment of Militia. Here they are marching. So over here we see the Confederate 5th Texas Lancers. Okay, let's click here, fast forward. We saw movement there. Okay, there they are. Now through this, at this point we cannot see them. So continuing here, I resumed this because I had a crash. That's the first time that I had a crash, and that was because I was using the fast forward and then used the N keyboard to use the zoom, and then this thing crashed. So apparently you you have to be very careful here, and I don't want to mess everything up to this point. Let's wait for these guys to move here. This is a good position in which we can see clearly those guys over there, I'm pretty sure, or perhaps we can clearly move them slightly down here. I think this is going to be better, or perhaps here. So I'm going to place this one here, this other one here. More likely in this position, as you can see, more in that direction. And we can see that these guys here are approaching the slope here. Okay, let me see here. Let's move these guys here. These guys are going to be moved in here, and these guys here. There we are. So this is a small skirmish in comparison with the whole campaign. We are doing a great campaign in which we are pushing the Confederates as the real generals did back in the day. We are pushing them from the center, moving down from the Mississippi down to the Louisiana coast, and then we're going to encircle them in the east coast and separate both sides from one of another. If I'm not mistaken, that was exactly the way the Union proceeded with the real campaign. If I am mistaken, please comment in the comment section. So now we're going to hit here the button here of on limber. We're going to get ready to pound the enemy. Hopefully these guys are not going to mess the things because of this terrain. It's a little bit fractured. Here as well we have a little bit of fractured terrain here. Let's try to move them here. Okay, let's see, this guy's over here. We're getting ready. Going to move through here. It's going to be very, very slow, this thing. Okay, these guys are going to begin. There they are. Now these guys are getting into position. Anytime soon these guys are going to put themselves in a right spot here. Yeah, let's do this. Some limber here. Hopefully these guys are not going to mess this thing. I think they are messing this thing. Okay, there they are. Let's do this. I have sent the order to these guys to dismount. There they are. Let's see here. These are about to reach their position. I don't want this small house. Well, actually, this is not a house. Okay, there they are. So let's bring these guys here. Okay. Okay, guys, move. Oh. They have here something. Let's hit these guys here. Okay, now. Limbered here. And it's going to be very difficult for us here to to shoot at them. Let's move them here, like so. They have indeed their artillery 12 pounders. These guys are having trouble. Let's hit the 12 pounders there. I don't like the fact that they are shooting at me like this. Okay, now let's shoot at 12 pounders here. Because of the shrapnel thing, they are... Okay, we will have to do something very bold here. It needs to run here. They have routed this unit, which is not good. Let's concentrate fire here. And of course here, let's concentrate fire here. There you are. Let's hit that guy here with heavy bombardment. That's the other one here. There you are. Okay, now look at this guys here. Let's move this guys here quickly. These guys have regained their morale. Now we can position these guys here and pull them here. Hopefully this is not going to mess with us. And here we have Confederate 6th Texas Infantry. Let's pull them here. And these guys here. Now let's concentrate fire here against the infantry. We're going to shoot at the horse regiment here. Let's see, we're getting into the slope here. The bombardment into their ranks here is heavy. Okay. Get into position. Fire at will. Execute them. Here we are. Shoot at the horses. Now this is a massacre. This guy is ready to shoot here. Let's charge against these guys. There they go. That is the bombardment of the guys that are left from the artillery. Apparently, the horse regiment is still operating. This one is in here. It's a good hit. Okay, I think we won. Good. Heroic victory. We'll send these guys here into the hill and wait for the other guys over there. So what we're going to do with these guys here, let me think about it. I can send the whole army, but it's not worth it. So let's end. Let's consolidate here. And then we're going to go straight in here. So let's see. What is he doing? Is he going to raid? No, he didn't. Have to give them a fight there in Jackson. So what he's trying to do, he's trying to raid my stuff here. Okay, I'm really enjoying this right now. This guy here is the problem. He has Braxton Bragg and James Longstreet. Let's do... Oh, it's not so bad. We have to deal with this guy here. This guy is going to stay there. Where are my cavalry here? Where's my cav? Yeah, because of the crash, I didn't recruit it again, so I'll have to do it again. So this is the unit, okay. Well, let me see. going to be interesting. And this unit as well here have to deal with this. I have a lot of cavalry here, a lot of regular infantry and state militia. These guys, ooh, these guys have... This is a artillery unit, most likely. But I don't like this. I would have to move my troops here. Could have taken this, I think. It's not necessary. Still 1862. So we're going to move here and stop this guy for the good. And let's see what we have here. Perhaps we can Ambrose Burnside. So we can recruit Ambrose Burnside and Mr. Tecumseh Sherman, and as well Hanuk. I think that's going to be okay. What is the amount of money that we have? We have a lot of money here. So this is the situation here, and over here we still can't do much. And the next battle definitely is going to be with this guy. So of course here this guy is still there. To give him one more opportunity here to run away. Okay, everything is dealt with like this. Now let's go and have a little talk. Now let's remember that we have this guy here. This is Ulysses Grant. Let's see what we can recruit here. We are recruiting things here. Actually, let's see if we can expand this, the officer's school, which will give me possibility of recruiting Union engineers, heavy artillery battalion, and Gatling guns. I think I cannot recruit Gatling guns up to this point. Howitzer 10-pounders and 3-inch horse artillery. Union 30 pounders. A Parrott rifle. Now this looks very good indeed. So I'm going to go for the military engineer school in Philadelphia. We have military academy in one turn. We're going to be Union regular infantry. I think we already have those. This is Pennsylvania. Conscripts. Okay, so we're waiting for the conscripts here to be, so now we can be able to push here. I'm thinking about waiting for that army and send here a little bit of reinforcements. Oh, sending Ulysses Grant himself into that with the conscripts. What do we got here? We have, of course, we have here Pennsylvania Bucktails, Brooklyn Red-Legged Devils, and there are no regular infantry. So remember, regular infantry have a melee attack of 6 and a defense of 11. And the conscripts here, they have a defense of 10 and a melee attack of 7, which is pretty different from this, right? As we can see. Regular infantry and conscripts. Here we have full Union State Militia and Iowa volunteers. So let's fight this battle here. Or at least I think I can. Okay. I think I can take this. I'll go here. I'm going to make this risky move in order to deprive the enemy from Missouri. So yeah, I can do this. We lost 200. Now this is ours. Now this is good for us, let me show you, because okay, number one, I can fix these guys. I can clearly fix everything here. And then attack them. I can clearly attack them with the army. Or at least just with the cavalry. But we have control over this area. We have cut them from here. So we can deal with this. So then we can fight with this, and when we do this, we can start taking areas and start cleaning here, and then we can push here. So we're doing very, very well. Let's see what they do. I don't like this guy to be running away from side to side, so what I'm going to do is clearly, you see here the recruitment stuff and construction, everything is fixed apart from the things that are not needed. Here I can do a state house just to state that we are here to stay, and start attacking these guys here.
Our nation rules the sea.
There it is.
Yes, Captain.
Another defeat for them. Then let me see if I can. Okay, I'm gonna send them here because I don't want this place to rebel. The thing here is that 80% are secessionists, so let me see if I can in some way do this thing here. You see, this is called the telegraph office. I have mentioned this before. Perhaps here. Let's see what happens if I do this. I prefer to do this like this and stay with the cotton here. Fix the cotton, but I'm not going to do that because that way this guy is going to mess with that. Ordnance factory, ordnance school. We don't need the ordnance school, wait. I'm going to throw away the ordnance school and see if we can do something different. Let's see what happens now. Yeah, he's going to Louisiana. I think he's going to take Louisiana. He didn't. That's good. Reinforcing Midland, West Texas. That's the thing, the AI is going to spread units, individual units, to attack raid every single area individually. That's something that usually the Empire AI is going to do, which is very annoying. Okay, so here, oh, we can't. It's interesting. So that was good because now there's no point in raiding here and no point in raiding here as well. So yeah, now I can attack this guy straight. Can go with my troops here and attack. Okay, so this guy's here. And here we got the troops that we need. What else do we have here? Union engineers. What is this? Union battery B, 4th use artillery. Do you have the buckle gun yet? Union regular infantry. Yeah, because the regular infantry. Here you are. We have 6 of 6. We have expired our maximum amount of troops there. Okay, let's send the conscripts with him. Let's send the conscripts with... I could wait for the engineers. What is the difference between the conscripts and the engineers? Conscripts are 242, 87. And these guys are... Oh, these are more powerful. So I would wait for them. You wait for the engineers, which are 3. Exact amount that we need here. I'm just going to send one. Let me see. I'm just going to send. It's gonna recruit. This guy is being recruited here. Joshua Chamberlain. And here I'm going to recruit one unit in West Virginia. What is the difference? This is a 5398, 5389. These guys have more morale. Let's take guys with more morale, which is going to be better. And that's it for now, I believe. In here, still waiting for these guys. Let's do state capital here. And deal with this. Okay, can still move these guys here. So we're waiting for these guys here. These guys are stuck here. This is full battery, full artillery battalion here. We're going to deal with this. We have to fight with Braxton Bragg. Braxton Bragg is about to fight with John Buford. But we need to deal with these guys first. It's going to be very easy to deal with these guys. How am I going to deal with these guys? Well, with the cavalry and the best units here, which are conscripts, are very low, but the Marines are very good in comparison with the volunteers. 5297, 74, 11.9. So I prefer the Marines. Marines with everything is Union conscript here. United States Marine Corps, and this is the United States Marine Corps as well. Let's take the captain, the Marine Corps. and the cab to deal with these guys here. In the meantime, these guys are going to move north. I exempt them. I can go and do this. I think if I send him here, people is not going to deal this very good. But on the other hand, I have these guys, so I can move them. 5. So let's see what I can do. I can place this is here, which is good. Perhaps I can move one artillery piece to the north. There we go. If I move the artillery piece, these guys are going to be... So I'm going to leave a little bit of a garrison here, even though... if I do this, I still win in 197. Which is good. This is the garrison that I'm going to leave here. I can leave here George A. Custer with these guys. And I can move north into this position. Right? I'm gonna do this. Gonna move north. These guys can be fixed. These guys can be fixed as well. It's more logical to fix the guys that are inside the building than these guys. So let me see here. So this is a rule that I'm going to put on the campaign. I don't know if I have used this rule before. This is my personal rule. I like to only replenish guys that are inside the cities, which is more logical to get reinforcements there than here, because these guys have moved into the woods and stuff like that. So this guy is going here. Of course, this guy is going to deal with this guy here. This is Mr. John Beaufort. And here, of course, we have the rest of the army that is going to deal with this guy up in the north. And another exciting nation of this mod is, of course, Mexico. Mexico is divided in the Mexican Empire and the Mexican Republic. I'm going to show you both of them in this moment. Let's begin with the Mexican Republic. Here we got the Mexican Republican General. The Mexican Republican General is this guy here, and you can see that the only difference is the cap and the stripe that they have here. So these guys have a bag in here. They have this nice looking cap, and this is for the Mexican cavalry. This is standard for all the cavalry units here in this mod. Over here we got the Mexican Republican cavalry, which in the majority of the cases most likely are the same as the guys that are the cavalrymen for the Mexican generals. So these guys as well have the same uniform, and they have this beautiful bag in here. Then we have here the Mexican Republican regulars. These guys are the normal guys that are going to fight. This is the soldier of Mexico. Of course, they have backpacks, they have black cap, and they have their white and blue uniform, which looks very handsome for the Mexican nation. Over here we have the Mexican Republican Guards. These are a little bit more powerful units. These guys have a morale of 13, a defense of 11, and a melee attack of 10. These guys are using Enfields, and just not to forget, these guys, the Mexican Republican regulars as well, are using Enfields. Even the cavalrymen. Difference in uniform from the regulars. These are the guards. These have white uniform for the Mexican country. Over here we have the Mexican Republican Militia. These guys as well have a white uniform and they use their hats. These are the typical peasant hat of the region. For the ordnance pieces, we have the 6-pounder and as well artillerists with blue cap and white uniform. Over here we got the 12-pounder howitzer with white uniform artillerists. 12-pounder Napoleon over here. Here we have the Mexican 24-pounder howitzer. And over here we have the 10-pounder Parrot rifle. So this is the first time that I see in this mod the so-called Parrot rifle. This is the Mexican 10-pounder Parrot rifle. This guy have a firepower of 30 and a very, very long range. So this is going to be the Mexican Republic. Now let's get on to the Mexican Empire. Now for the Mexican Empire, we're going to begin as always with the Mexican Imperial General. Here we have the Mexican Imperial General. We see a difference in these units. These units, in my opinion, I like more this one because they have this green uniform that represents more the Mexican nation. They have a white trousers with black boots and a light red stripe over here, and they have caps with white cloth covering for the sun. This is the Imperial Mexican General. Over here we got the Lancers of the Imperial Cavalry. They use a lance and they look pretty handsome. Over here we have the Imperial Regulars, having a very straightforward difference in between their Republican counterparts is of course the red trousers. They have as well backpacks, and these guys are using Lawrence rifle. Over here we have the Imperial Anti-Guerrillas. Look at this beautiful card here and this uniform of these units. These guys look like a mariachi indeed. These guys are using a different weapon. I cannot read what it says, but this is the only unit that I have seen that is using this weapon. So these are the Imperial Anti-Guerrillas. These are the version of the skirmishers for the Mexican nation. Over here we have the Imperial Militia. These are guys that are recruited from the laymen. They are using a white coatee and they are using gray trousers with a hat. Apparently the hat is not actually a leather hat, is more likely a normal peasant hat. And then for the Imperial Mexicans we have the help of the Spanish. This is the Spanish troops that are going to be helping the Imperialists. This is the normal regulars for the Spanish nation. Of course, I forgot to tell that the Imperial Garrison, these guys, they are using, of course, 1849 Brown Bess, indeed. Over here we see the Imperial Austrian Legion. This is the Austrians. This is the only unit from Austria that you are going to see on the mod. These guys have this interesting hat, this gray hat, and they have, of course, a very nice and unique uniform. Continuing, we have the French regulars. These, of course, are Frenchmen of the regular troops that are going to aid the imperialists. We have already seen this, and they have as well access to the actual French Foreign Legion. In terms of their ordnance pieces, we have Imperial 6-pounders over here. Then we have here the Imperial 12-pounder howitzer, as you can see. The Imperial Napoleon 12-pounder over here. And of course here the Imperial 24 howitzer. Hopefully we're going to defeat this guy, and then we're going to be able to move further into the north. Because if we leave these guys here, or at least I can leave these guys here. Why not? Let's leave. Okay, let's move. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this guy north with all the troops into him, and of course here we can't do this and extend them, but it's still a bad idea, so I'm going to move them here. These are cavalry troops that are going to deal with people here. It doesn't matter because soon these guys are going to reach here. In the meantime, this guy is not going to be able to attack. If he wants to attack me, he will have to deal with these guys and these guys as well. And actually, yeah. Actually, the actual commander is going to move here. Why not? Yeah. So with this, I would be able to move further here and attack with Mr. John Bufford, the army of Mr. Bragg. Here we still have this guy on the woods waiting for reinforcements, but we have to deal with the situation here first. This is okay. This is the small garrison that I have left in there. Here we are good, and here we're going to intercept this small contingent of Confederate Texas Cavalry with Confederate Marine 16th Regiment of Foot, the Confederates with a 6-pounder moving through the plains of Kansas. And finally here we're waiting for the recruitment of the engineers, and with that we're going to be able to continue the movement, and then we're going to be able to give these guys enough troops to be able to reinforce Mr. McClellan here. And here apparently this guy is not willing to stop the blockade, so we're going to attack. And of course we're going to start doing diplomatic talks with other countries. Let's go ahead and start talking with... He has an ally on the Mexican Republic, and the Mexican Republic is at war with me, so this is not good. It's not good to deal with the Grenadine Confederation, which is Panama here. This is different because this over here is New Granada, which is Colombia. I am not an ally of these countries. The countries that are friendly with me are Spain, Netherlands, IT, France, mostly all of Europe, and this is the Bolivarian Republic. And the Mexican Republic is hostile because it's at war with me, but they are being checked by the Mexican Empire. And now they are allies with the Mexican Republic. So I'm going to open negotiations with them, and I'm going to present state gift to them. So these guys will have better relations with me. I don't want to deal with them. So we're going to fight with this in the next video. Hopefully we're going to be doing very, very good. This was Victus. See you in the next one.